student. Today we will start with the new topic, a new numerical, and it is similar to the previous one that we have already solved in our previous lectures. I have taken this numerical from summer 2019 paper. So as shown on the screen, the multi-span beam is there, which is having support A as a fixed support and B and C are the continuous support. Okay, so based on that, it was asked in summer 2019 paper for 7 marks. Okay, and here the condition is that take EI as constant and find the unknowns. Unknown is nothing but a theta at B. You have to calculate the unknown displacement of theta at B and C. A is already known, and along with that we have to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. So let us see how to calculate the bending moment and shear force as well as the displacement by using the stiffness matrix method. So in solution, first of all, we have to calculate the DOKI, that is degree of kinematic indeterminacy, under which we have to see that what are the unknowns we have to calculate. The unknowns are theta B and theta C at point B and C. So there are two unknowns. So based on that, we have to construct the line. We have to construct the symbol. Okay, and we have to start numbering the symbol based on the unknown parameter first. Okay, so I have considered 1 because we have to calculate the unknown at B and C. So 1 we have to consider. Why rotation effect we have considered? Because theta will be comes because of the rotation effect in the B. So 1 is responsible for theta B and 2 will be responsible for theta C. Similar way, 1, 2 is over. Then third we have to consider theta A, which is already known. Then along with that, vertical component 4, 5, 6 we have to consider. Okay. Now third is the formation of the stiffness matrix for AB. So we have to go for different member. So there are two members connected, AB and BC. So first we will see AB. So SM1, that is the structural matrix for the member AB. So take EI as constant because EI is constant for all the members. Now if I take the EI as constant, then the remaining portion will be like this in our matrix. Okay, so we have to see that what are the nodal symbol comes under the member AB. So at point A we have 4, 3. Okay, and at point B 5, 1 is there. So we have to consider 4, 3, 5, 1, and here also 4, 3, 5, 1. And the formula is there. Then based on that we have to calculate the SM1 matrix. Okay, so this is the SM1 matrix we have calculated. Then similarly SM2 we have to calculate for the member BC. So under BC 5, 1 and 6, 2 are connected. Okay, so 5, 1, 6, 2 we have to consider, and we have to put the values under this formula and we will get the SM2 matrix. Okay, SM2 will be responsible for the stiffness matrix for the member BC. Okay, now the global matrix. So we know that we have to calculate the unknown at point A and at 1 and 2. So we have to consider the global stiffness matrix for 1 and 2 only. Okay, now the K matrix will become 2 by 2 because unknown are 2. So consider 1 and 2 nodes. So from SM1 matrix and SM2 matrix we have to consider 1, 1, 2, 1, then 1, 2 and 2, 2. So let us see 1, 1, how this 1.8 comes from. So let us see 1, 1. So if you see SM1, there is 1, 1 is there. Yes, 1, 1 is there. That is 1, 1. The value is 1. And from second 1, 1 is there. Yes, 0.8. So 1 plus 0.8. This is 1 and this is 0.8. So it becomes 1.80. So I have written as 1.8. Similarly 2, 1 we have to see from both the matrix SM1 and SM2. So 2, 1. So 2 from column and 1 from row. So here 2, 1 value is not there. Here also 2, 1 is there. Yes, 2 and 1, that is 0.4. This is 0.4. So I have considered this 0.4 here. Okay. Similarly 1, 2 we have to see. So 1, 2, this is 1, 2 is not there. in second matrix, yes, 1 is there and 2 is there, that is equal to 0.4 is again 0.4 is there, so I have considered 0.4 here. Then similarly 2 2, the 2 2 is there, there is a 0.8 is there. Okay, I consider 0.8. So you have to see very carefully the column and row wise the unknown from the structural matrix 1 and 2. Now let us see how to calculate the global load matrix. So in order to calculate the global load matrix, you have to split your beam, you have to split your member into two parts, okay, as per your external loading. So I have considered the AB part and BC part. So under AB part we have to show the external loading first, then you have to calculate the exterior fixed end moment based on the external loading. Let us see how this 50 comes from. So 100 kilonewton is acting at a at a concentric distance 2 meter. So therefore the formula become for the fixed end moment for the concentric load, it become WL by 8. So 100 into 4 by 8, that is equal to 50. So 50 will run from either side. Okay. Similarly here 30 kilonewton per meter is running throughout the span. So the formula become WL square by 12. So therefore 30 into 5 square divided by 12, the answer will be 62.5 from either side. Okay. Now after getting the external fixed end moment as well as the external loading, now you have to calculate your reactions. Okay. So you have to calculate the reaction by using the equilibrium condition. So you will get 50-50 here and here 75-75. Okay. Now the calculation of AML1. AML1 matlab that is your load matrix for member 1. So load matrix will become first value will be vertical reaction, second will be rotation. This is the sequence you have to follow in every case. Okay. So 50 will come first, that is a vertical, then rotation. And in rotation we may remember that as we are writing the matrix form, so therefore the anti-clockwise movement become plus as well as the clockwise movement become minus. So here it become 50 and this minus effect will become plus here. Again 50 will be there as a vertical reaction, then here the clockwise 50 kilonewton meter will become minus 50. So similar way we have to calculate the AML2, that is the load matrix for case number 2. So here also the first reaction we have to write, then we have to write the exterior left side moment, that is 62.5. Here it is minus, but in matrix form it become plus. Similarly 75 kilonewton, okay, then 62.5 as a rotation. After writing this, you have to calculate the action at the free coordinate. AFC means the action at the free coordinate. You have to calculate the action of free coordinate. So action of free coordinate will be calculated only at the unknown junction. So unknown junction is 1 and 2. So we have to see unknown junction. So this is 1 and this is 2. So let us see 50 minus 62.5. The answer is minus 12.5. Again this is 62.5 because here 1 is created, here 2 was created. Okay. And this is not a matrix. So therefore here the whatever the summation you will get, you have to write the sign convention as same as you are obtaining in the original case. Okay. So therefore 50 minus 62.5, the answer become minus 12.5 and here clockwise 62.5 as it is. Okay. Now the calculation of the displacement. Next step. So K matrix into displacement matrix is equal to AFC. So EI taken as constant. Okay. Then we have to write the K value, that is calculated in the last step. Then DF1 and DF2, that is theta B and theta C, we have to calculate. And AFC, the coordinate we have already calculated it in the last step. Okay, you have to put this value here, and by using the simultaneous equation you can calculate DF1 and DF2. Okay, so DF1 become minus 27.34 and DF2 will become 91.79 by EI. Now finally the final reactions and moment calculation. So the formula is AM1 is equal to AM1 is equal to AML1. AML1, what is the value of AML1 for the first case? That is this 50, 50, 50 and minus 50. This is the matrix form plus the SM1 matrix you have to write. Whatever the SM1 matrix we have calculated in step number 2, you have to put this value here, then DF matrix. So whatever the coordinate or whatever the symbol there in SM1, we have to write also in DF1 also. So the symbol was 4351. So here also we have to write 4351. And we know that we have calculated the unknown only at the point 1 and 2. Rest of the thing will become 0. So therefore the rest of the thing we have to write as 0, and only the value for 1, that is we have calculated minus 27.34, we have to write here. So based on that, you have to calculate this value in your calculator as a matrix. Okay, and then you will get the value of AM1, that is equal to 39.88, 36.33, 60.11 and minus 77.34. And always remember, the first value will become vertical reaction, second will be rotation, and so on. Now similarly, we have to calculate AM2. Okay, for AM2 we have to consider the AML2 that we have calculated in last step, then SM2 already we have calculated in step number 2, and then accordingly DF2. So we have to use the coordinate, or we have to use the symbol of SM2. So the coordinate for SM2 was 5162. So similarly we have to use the same coordinate in DF2, that is equal to 5162. Okay, now solve this matrix in your calculator and you will get the answer as 90.46, 77.34, 59.53 and minus 4 into 10 to power minus 3. Okay, now final step is the plotting of BMD based on your AM1 and AM2 calculation. So this was our AM2. This was AM2. So let us see. First of all, we have to put all this value in our diagrammatical form. So first value was, reaction value was 39.88, that we have already calculated. This 39.88 we have to put here as a reaction. Then second value was 36.33, but we remember that this is a matrix form and it was positive in matrix. So when we plot, or we have to put in the value in our original form of our diagram or free body diagram, then you have to give as a anti-clockwise minus. Okay, so it will become minus 36.33. So therefore, in spite of writing minus, we have giving the sign convention as a anti-clockwise. Then similarly, we have to use second part 60.11 as a reaction, then again 77.34. As 77.34 as a minus, therefore we have to write as a clockwise as a positive. Similarly, for AM2 we have to write vertical, then rotation, then vertical and rotation. And one of the most important cross check, that whether your answer, the final answer is right and wrong, you can easily judge based on your internal joint moment. If your internal joint moment becomes 0, it means that your answer is perfectly alright. And if it is not 0, that means you have committed some mistake in your steps. So always remember that this is a cross check of your answer. So based on that, you have to plot your bending moment diagram for hogging as well as sagging. Okay, and then based on the vertical reaction you have calculated on the supports, you can plot your shear force lagging. So this was the example, or this was the numerical which was asked in your examination of summer 2019. Okay, so I have considered one more numerical, I have solved one more numerical for you that was also asked in summer 19, but for about 13 marks, because here you have to calculate 3 unknowns. So based on the number of unknown parameter, your weightage of the mark weightage also increase. Okay, mark weightage also increase. So this was your numerical. So this is a fixed continuous beam is there having multi-span, and as per the diagram itself, it is clear that you have to calculate the unknowns for B, C and D. Already A is known as it is a fixed support. So DOKI become theta B, theta C and theta D. Okay. Now here the condition is that one more important part is that here the factor of I, that is a moment of inertia factor, for the member is not same. If you see, member AB and CD is having the same I, whereas for member BC it is having a 2I. So this I factor you have to consider very carefully while calculating your structural matrix. Okay, So let us see. First of all, we have to give our notation. So let us start with our unknown. Our first unknown is theta b. So start writing the symbol from here. So it become 1, 2, 3, that is the unknown part, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so here we have to calculate the 3 unknowns, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, now structural matrix 1, we have to put the value. Okay, and very carefully we have to see the coordinates. So 5, 4, 6, 1 will be there. Okay, so accordingly I have solved. Here the I factor was I, so therefore there is no need to take worry about the I factor. But in second case, here I have taken EI into I. Okay, EI into I as a common. 2I होना चाहिए यहाँ पे. 2I बाहर निकाला हुआ है मैंने. EI into E into 2I करके. Okay, 2I होना चाहिए. 2I बाहर निकाल लिया और उसके बाद में ये अंदर की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट किया हुआ है. Okay, लेकिन we have to see that this 2 factor we have to again multiply it in our bracket. Okay, so the answer for SM2 I have calculated here as the member BC contain 2I, therefore SM2 will become. So I have multiplied this 2 value into this particular calculated matrix form in the last step. So SM2 become 0.11. This is the SM2 final answer. Okay, similarly SM3 will become this. As is in case of SM3, there is only I factor. Okay, whereas for BC it was 2I factor. So you have to calculate the structural matrix for the each member connected to the beam. Okay, so here there are 3 members, so therefore the structural matrix become 3. Now next is the global matrix. As we know that we have to calculate the 3 unknowns, so therefore the global matrix is having 3 by 3 matrix. So therefore 3 by 3. So we have to consider 1, 2, 3 node and 1, 2, 3 node, and we have to carefully consider 1, 1, 1, then 2, 1, 3, 1, again 1, 2, 2, 2 and 3, 2. Similarly 1, 3, 2, 3 and 3, 3. So all this row column value we have to consider from above 3, SM1, SM2 and SM3, and we have to add up all this value, and then we have to give and we have to write all the sum of value in K 3 by 3 value. Okay, so this step is also very important, and take EI as constant in outside the bracket. Now next is the calculation of load matrix. Again split your members into different part, apply all the external loading on the beam, then based on that you have to calculate your fixed end moment as per your external loading. Then after calculating the fixed end moment you have to calculate your reactions, and then after getting all this point you have to calculate AML1, AML2 and AML3. That is nothing but a load matrix for the span AV, then load matrix for span BC, then load matrix for span CD. Rest of the procedure you know, vertical, horizontal, whatever we have calculated. Okay, you have to give. Next is the displacement calculation. Okay, in displacement K into DF into AFC. So rest of the thing you know better, but here there are 3 unknown, so therefore the 3 simultaneous equation will be formed, and based on the 3 simultaneous equation you have to put this value in calculator, and you will get the value of DF1, DF2 and DF3. Okay, then final reaction calculation, the formula become AL1 is equal to AML1 plus SM1 into DF. So you have to put your SM1, SM2, SM3 and DF factor based on your structural matrix coordinate, and you will get your AM1, that is your final reaction and rotation value, and based on AM1, AM2 you can plot your bending moment and shear force diagram. So I have not solved till the end, I have completed till AM3, so you can carry or you can extend the further calculation part. Okay, so this was the numerical which was asked in summer 2019 examination. Okay, so always remember this type of numerical were asked in your examination, and for about 13 marks. So one numerical will be there which is having 2 unknowns. So this type of numerical will be having the weightage of about 7 marks. So along with that numerical you will be asking to solve the derivation for the 2D beam matrix. 7 plus 7 become 14 marks. 7 plus 6 become 13 marks. And similarly, if you are not going to solve that numerical, so you can solve the numerical which is having the 3 unknowns. So it will carry around 13 marks. Okay. So we will see more variety of such type of numericals in our next class. Okay. So kindly practice this type of numerical, and I will provide you the detailed notes in PDF format in your Google Classroom. Okay, so you can refer these notes for your examinations. Okay, and based on that you will have to solve the assignment. Okay, so thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.